Alrighty, we're live. Hello, everybody. How are you tonight? Can you hear me okay? I was having a little bit of technical difficulties a minute ago trying to get my microphone enabled and working. Technical difficulties a minute ago trying to get my microphone. 1 second. Gotta mute that. YouTube's always behind and delayed. All right, we are waiting on Mary. I just gave her the link again. All right, awesome. Sounds good. So, how is everybody tonight? While we're waiting, we can enjoy my aquarium, I hope. It looked good a second ago. Now it doesn't look quite as good. Hi, Patrick. How are you? Hello, Skull Aquatics, Dream Fish Keeping. Of course, T-Bones was first. All right. We'll just give Mary another minute or two. Hopefully she'll come up. Hi, Fish Dreams. How are you doing? All right. Well, I tested this a little bit ago. It looked great. And now it's looking a little bit, the signal has died a little. Hi, Craig. How are you? Long time no see. How's everything going? What time is it there? 9 a.m. for you guys? So we got Sergio. Hello, hello. Hope you guys don't mind waiting a couple minutes. Mary's been very busy tonight. She said her step-granddaughter went to the hospital, so she's been taking care of the grandkids. I think she's ready. She's probably just working through things on her end. I didn't want to start too late. We're here and ready. All right. Let's see. How do we like that? All right. So I tend to speak loud because the microphone's a little bit away. So I don't know if I'm speaking too loud or not, or I never know how I sound. So if I go too low, let me know. And if I'm too loud, just say, lower your voice. All right. Well, Patrick, this is not our first. Mary and I have been streaming together for, this might be our 5th or 6th one, but we tend to do them like once a month. We have trouble getting our schedules to line up, so we're not always like available at the same time. So when the stars align, we go live. So we're not really like a regular show, and we're not on any schedule. So we're lucky if we get anybody to come into our stream, because I only managed to like announce it a day or two beforehand. So it makes it tricky. I wish we could get to be a little more regular, but here's Mary. Let me add her and say hello.
Hello, everybody. Ooh, the 40 looks great.
I'm glad you could make it. Yep.
Sorry, I'm late.
It was looking really good, but the Wi-Fi, I think, is my signal must be a little low, so it's a little bit
Mine's always bad.
But yeah, I just added the hygrophila. I got that last Thursday from my local fish store, which is Pet Supermarket. And that's the first time I think they've had it. They always have like various plants. And so I can never really rely on them to know what's going to be there, or if they'll be sold out when I go in. Sometimes I'll go in looking for plants and like they won't have any because someone bought them all up. So then I try to get I try to get more because I'm like, I don't want them to sell out of this, like I don't want to miss my opportunity.
Right.
So I've been happy with that, the hygrophila. It's they don't get a lot of foreground plants other than crypts. But
That's
it's a stem plant, he said, and it didn't like have any problems. I got a crypt undulata. That one I had issues with. So I planted the hygrophila and the undulata all at the same time. And within like a day to 2 to 3 days, I lost the undulata. They both just completely melted.
oh no.
So you can't see it, but it's right behind the hygrophila, and it was taller, but it's just completely melted.
It looks gorgeous though. Like it's really pretty.
Yeah. It just like I'm like $12 just disintegrated. So fun. So much fun with planted aquariums.
Did I say hello to everybody? I don't think I said hello to Dream Fish Keeping. Hello. I was trying to type it in chat. And Craig Broderick, good to see you.
Yeah.
Everything aquatic. Patrick, Sergio. I said Fish Dreams. Hey, Fish Dreams. Skull. And who else am I missing? I said Patrick. I'm running behind tonight. So sorry, you guys. I've had one of those days.
I think we had everybody except for T-Bone.
And T-Bone.
I think that's everybody, though.
Okay. And T and Aqua just came in.
T and Aqua just came in. Welcome, welcome.
See, I'm just all a mess. I'm like, I don't know what I am. I'm just a mess as usual. That's why we call Roxanne Stream the Hot Mess Express. I bring the mess.
Yes. Well, I was having technical difficulties right before, and I was all relaxed. I'm like, okay, just waiting for Mary. And then I was like, my mic is muted. And when I went to unmute it, I lost my camera. I'm like, oh crap. Oh, no. I can't get my camera back.
I need to be after dark too. Let me see what happens. Let's see. Let's tone it down in here. Let's chillax.
This is us. Hang on, I'll get us situated. 1 second. This is us after dark.
There we go.
Just watch the aquarium, and we're small.
That is so pretty. It looks fantastic. I don't know what it is about having like a big sword plant, but it just adds kind of that drama. You know what I mean? It covers so much and leaves kind of like, I don't know what it is. I just love it because this one back here, wait a minute, that one right there has a big sword plant in it. And I just love the look of it.
Yeah, I know. It's like been a love-hate relationship with me having
that looks great. Now, what do you have in there? You've got your lotions?
What's that? I didn't hear the last part.
And there's John. Hey, John. John found us again. So glad you did it.
So you might see the skunk loaches swim by every now and then. They're interesting at nighttime. They chase each other. I don't know if they're just being territorial over the food.
Yes.
They're being.
There they are.
Yeah. One will hide like all day long.
But
at night they both come out.
Your black skirt tetras have gotten big.
Yes, they have.
They look great.
Yeah, they've grown. I still have all 9 of them. They are a hardy fish, although one tends to look more faded than the others. And then like right now they look great, but one will look kind of faded during the day and stuff.
They look really nice. I've been so behind. I haven't even got my little hydro aquarium I built. I haven't even got it up on the shelf yet. And then I got did you see my filter I got from Fishman? Kass?
No, I didn't see the filter.
Hold on, I got to get this.
Okay. Yes, thanks, Sergio. I did a whole video on my lighting for this tank. So if you want, you can check out my channel. I talk all about what lights I got. And because they're programmable in many ways, in more than one way. Like I couldn't even... I completely ignored part of the programmability because I just don't use it.
It is pretty, Patrick.
There's buttons on the light itself that I completely forgot about.
It just looks fantastic
for the video, but I talk so much. I try not to make the videos so long. So I'm like,
right.
It's fine. I left that part out. Oh well.
I've tried to learn how to like cut all the extra stuff that I'm talking about out of videos. I'm trying to learn how to edit. Sometimes it doesn't work and sometimes it does.
You're doing great. I'm enjoying your videos, but
This is, do y'all watch Fishman?
oh
Fishman
yes,
is
yes,
in,
yeah.
and he built me this sponge filter.
Oh,
This is just, I'm telling y'all, this is the coolest thing. The craftsmanship on it, like where he does his welds, you know, like he puts the acrylic together and it's so shiny. Look at the, I did this in my video, but look at the reflection in it. It's so pretty. I mean, that's a sexy filter. That is cool.
I think I saw him make that video.
Yes, you did. He said in the video he was making it for a friend, and I didn't even know it at the time. And it
Yes,
was
yes. I saw that video.
it's so cool. But I've been telling him that, you know, he needs to get himself out there as a brand, like Fishman Filters, because everybody needs this.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
he just
Unless he just doesn't want to have the time or
right.
desire to do that full time. Because I mean, doing onesie twosie stuff is one thing,
Right.
but then going into production is a whole nother thing.
Oh yeah. And then of course he has his own business where, you know, he builds custom aquariums and he has clients, you know, that he does things for. But in his own fish room, he's always doing experiments, and that's what I like about it. You know, he shows how this filter compares to that one, or I like his plant filters where he's got the plants growing in the filters. I think those are really neat.
I know
Super
you've
nice.
talked about that. I've seen you do a video on that before, saying beef in your old fish room when you tried to do that. I don't.
John said, I'm giving away free box filters. Yes, I need to hook up with Fishman and get one and make it a giveaway. But bless his heart, I can't even imagine what it costs to ship it from Canada. That's the worst part about it.
Oh,
I'd say
Canada.
Yep,
Oh,
he's
boy.
in Canada. So, you know, that's the main thing he was talking about, like getting help with actual shipping was the biggest issue. But he's made box filters too, but this is just, I'm so impressed with it. I can't stand it. Like, I'm so impressed. Really.
Which one are you going to put that in? Because it's pretty big.
It's big. I've got the 20-gallon, and I've had it like low, like a pond, you know, like a riparian pond or whatever, and it's doing so well. But it was a reptile tank, and I was scared to fill it all the way up because I figured it might, I don't know, it could explode or something because it's not the right kind of glass technically. But since I've had it set up, there's been no issues. And I'm thinking about going ahead and raising the water level and bringing the plants up higher. Or I have a 29-gallon. Or here's what I thought about today. What if I made a pond and put that in it? That would be an awesome filter in the pond.
I vote 29-gallon because I would make a BCB for a pond.
Yeah.
So
See, I've got those Vienna guppies, and then on Dream Fish Keeping's channel on his live chat, he was had a live chat, or I had a live stream today, which is a great channel, y'all. Y'all make sure you check out Dream Fish Keeping.
what time was he on?
He was on like right before Roxanne,
Okay.
and he's got Vienna guppies too. And somebody won some Vienna guppies, and I was talking about like we needed to get together and trade around to like strengthen the lines, you know, because they originally came from Aquarium Co-op. And I guess whoever won them was maybe in the UK, and she went ahead and donated them to me. So I'm excited, but my plans are to get this colony started and hopefully be able to share back with the community. Send you some, Kass.
That would be so cool that if you could get that going. That's definitely nice.
I've got about 20 fry right now because they were very young when I got them. So usually when guppies first start having their fry, they don't have a lot of them, you know, in the beginning. So they're my Fluval spec, and I got a flashlight out, and there's a bunch of them stuck in the filter that's built into it. I've got to like take everything out and save all them, and and then I got a breeder box behind of it full of them too. So
I don't know where you put everything. But I want to answer Sergio. He was
Yes.
asking about my my second 40-gallon aquarium, which is sitting right next to this guy. So he was asking how that's going with the slow moving plenum. And
Yeah.
I just recorded more footage today of the final hardscape. Like I got the hardscape in today, and hopefully, I don't know. I never know how things turn out until I get to editing. So hopefully everything turned out good. But
Oh,
and then I hope to have it set up all the way to hardscape version of that, how that's going. And I'll be sharing that, I hope, in the next week or two. I don't like committing because I'm like,
right.
I want to be in the mood to get
That's like
all
me.
that put together.
I'm always saying, like, the next video I'll do such and such and such. And then it comes time and I don't get it done. And I feel bad because I've, like, said I'm going to do, but I do need to do an update on all my Higer stuff because I've had everything running now about 6 months as far as heaters and lights. The new aquarium is about a month old now, the little Higer Arc. And I just love their products. And they have given me like a little affiliate link, which I'm proud to have, but I wouldn't recommend it if it wasn't something that a beginner like me could use and budget friendly and that kind of stuff. So there's my little shameless plug for Higer. They really are doing a great job reaching out to the fish fam, all different fish keepers, and listening to the feedback. You know, if we don't like it, they're like willing to listen. So, hey, Misfit.
Yes. Yep. So I'm definitely I will, I promise I will like make a commitment to that. I kind of committed to May, but I'm just a little nervous because I'm like, my phone ran out of space. So when I was trying to record, getting the actual under gravel filter stuff ready and the kitty litter ready, and I was getting it rinsed and I was recording, I didn't know it wasn't recording. Like,
oh no,
my phone rejected it because it was like, you're out of space, you can't allow it anymore, until I was all done with that and I was completely finished. And I was like, I don't have any of that. I like none of it got captured. Which,
oh no,
it's just me rinsing kitty litter, so it's not end all be all. But I hope everything else turned out good.
I love your bowl that you set up. The bowl was fantastic. It looks great.
Yes, I've gotten to the point where like I want to record the setups and share them for people, but I also like I will delay building things because I'm trying to record, and then I think the joy out of it for me. I'm like, I still need to do that. Oh, I haven't done that. I'd like to do that, but I have to record. And I don't, and I'm busy doing other things, so it's hard.
Yes, it is. Like just doing an unboxing, like stuff will sit because I want to capture, but I just want to come home and rip it open and just like Christmas, you know, just like, oh wow, it's here. But I want to share it with others too. And I'm very impatient. Like I want stuff done right then. So I'm trying to slow down and start learning and doing things better as far as videoing. And I've been telling you, I've been watching that one channel, that Plant Life Project. He did a great tutorial today on setting up a bowl, and I meant to send that to you. But the way his style of videos is so detailed and so easy to understand, and I really like that. And you're doing that, Kass. Your videos are really, like your one on the salt bath, that was an excellent video for people needing to learn how to do any type of medications like that.
I tried to keep that one as short as possible because when you're wanting that kind of information, you want it to be very to the point.
Yeah.
And something you could replay and, you know, not get lost.
It was really good. It was like you said, it showed every step. You really broke it down well, and I really appreciate that video. And you are part of what saved my little betta fish, because between you and Roxanne and Stephen P., doing his video that showed Roxanne doing the air bath on a snail. That's the kind of stuff I did for a week, and it made a big difference. So I don't think I'd have my little fish and snail right now if it wasn't for you and that video of Steven's and Roxanne's. Oh, and
I
there's
still need to go check out this, like the video you mentioned first.
Yes, that is on
them.
Stephen P 2003, and it's I think it was different YouTubers, but it was what fish keepers keep on hand as far as medications. And
That
it was
sounds
really
interesting.
Yeah, and he had like all kind of different. I think he had Fishy Biz and he had Roxanne. He had a lot of bigger channels too. I just can't remember them all right now because I went straight to Roxanne's to watch it.
Well, I like the aquarium that we're looking at right now. It's in my dining room, guys. This is what I get to look at when I eat dinner and breakfast.
So pretty.
But I had some Melifix. I've been a little confused about like how to clean the substrate. So I'll admit I've learned through trial and error what to do and what not to do.
Right.
But I was getting too much of the whatever's in the substrate, I was kicking up too much stuff that I guess is supposed to be trapped in there, and I would think it'd be lower though. And anyways, so I was doing some wafting during my cleanings, and I guess I was just kicking up too much and was making it harmful for the fish. So that I've lost quite a few rasboras as a result.
Oh, did you?
And I didn't necessarily realize maybe I should stop doing that. But I was trying to do a good job cleaning, and
right.
The only reason I did it too was because I was watching another channel and they were recommending to do that with the sand. The guy goes in there and he takes a turkey baster and he basically squeezes it at the substrate and then siphons it. So I was doing that. I was taking a turkey baster and kind of doing some siphoning at the same time. But I just kind of came to the conclusion that you either need to do that from the very beginning, with every single water change, rather than it's either you come up with a plan of how you're going to clean. And that's either what you do from the start at every water change, or you just leave it alone like me and never touch it again.
Right. I'm doing better with the leave it alone part. I really have. I figured out that they actually do better if you just kind of let it settle, go through its cycle. And I mean, obviously if it gets real dirty or something, that's a different situation. But even with the sand substrate, I've learned instead of trying to clean it all up, if I'm getting a big mold buildup, I just add more sand. I put more sand.
I don't really even have a mold buildup or anything. I was just doing that because that's what I saw someone on YouTube doing. So I'm like, oh, I guess I should
that looks
do
fantastic. Look, you're saying, look at that. It looks beautiful.
And my local fish store keeper guy said, oh, you're cleaning it wrong. You actually need to go in and do that, waft it and sift it and get the first inch of it clean. And I'm like, no, it makes my fish sick. I can't do that.
Yeah. Or,
so
just
for me, I just don't touch it.
And you never did get anything like any Plecos. You said you haven't had much luck with the Cory cats, right? The Cory Dwarfs.
And that was also kind of at the beginning, when it was a month old, and those were some of my first fish. But
okay,
I did on Sunday. I brought home a clown Pleco. So,
oh, that's cool.
We were up at in Daytona, which is it's 45 minutes if you take the highway, but I don't like to take the highway, so I drove up US 1. And it was a much more enjoyable route. It was only 53 minutes that way, but more enjoyable, more scenic. I don't like seeing all trees the whole way. And I don't like being around crazy drivers.
Right. And those roads are wild. Like
You
I
and I
live.
have talked about our anxiety with driving.
Oh
So
yeah, driving. It really, like, as I've gotten older, I've gotten serious anxiety about driving. Like, especially we were talking about going around a curve, and it feels like you're just going to kind of drift on straight ahead. I can't stand that.
yeah. And so anyways, we went up there Sunday morning for my kids had a swim meet in Daytona, and it's like once a year. So we went, and then I was like, I knew there were other like kind of small mom and pop type places up there, like aquarium shops. So I did like a little bit of Googling, and I was trying to find which one do I want to go to. And just looking at the pictures, I picked Poseidon Aquarium. And
Oh yeah,
it's hard because it's not Poseidon's, like what you'd think it'd be an S after that, but it's just
yeah.
Poseidon.
Oh
And
okay.
he had pictures of there were pictures of hardscape. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to that one because I'd like to get some hardscape for the 40 gallon that I'm doing with the plenum.
Yeah.
So I stopped in there after the swim meet. My kids were exhausted. I was tired. Like, we had just been in the sun and it was very hot. And we'd been in the sun for 4 hours and we were tired.
Oh, that's yeah.
But so I mean, right when I walked in the door though, there was like boxes of driftwood. And I was like,
Oh
wow,
wow.
oh, this is great. This is gonna be fun to
Yeah.
look through.
I've
But
never had a store close enough to me to have like true aquascaping stuff. Or the thing I came the closest to was like Petco in Virginia that sold like bags of Ceru stone or a piece of driftwood, and that was it. We don't have anything around us. Oh, I'm jealous. That's cool. It does look good, doesn't it? Dreamfish keeping. It looks fantastic. It's
well,
beautiful.
that's my labor of love there.
Yep. She's been working on that one for a long time. Do you still have the subwasser tang, or did it fizzle out on you?
So I do get like algae in this aquarium, and I just did a cleaning of this aquarium today. So I just cleaned like all of well, I trimmed, I probably removed about 6 of the sword leaves that had a lot of the algae on there. Like the ones to the back, when I had a double light under there, I split up the double light. So this is just down to one light. Which
It
I
looks
missed. I kind of missed because I had such cool. I could like really tune in the lighting and make it look really neat, like right now at nighttime. But it's on the other aquarium, and I think it'll be fine. I don't think it needs 2 lights anymore. Um, but the leaves in the back, I think, just being under that direct lighting, get a lot of that whatever that black algae is.
yeah, the blackbeard algae or whatever.
It's kind of, I don't know. Anyway, so I cut that out. So it's got a lot more lighting back there. And the subwasser tank being near the front, I guess it was getting too much light maybe from the evening light that comes in through the windows.
Yeah.
So I still have it, but it's in the shrimp jar. I just moved it out. It's not in here anymore. But
that's the best place for it, though. The shrimp love it. Shrimp really love it.
Yep. So it's doing good. Of course, I love the way subwasser tank looks in aquariums. But I guess like we talked before, and we've seen it at Ocean Aquarium, they have CO2. Like they don't run it, but they add CO2 to their tanks. So I think
they have like the bottles and that DIY system, which is so cool. But they actually I think he cut out was it styrofoam like squares that went around the top of the aquariums, and the subwasser tank kind of framed in all of the aquarium, and then of course it was growing. Like he had aquariums that the whole total basically scape was just, and it's really what they got. What's Alex say? Subwassertang. It's supposed to be a German word, but I say subwassertang.
I'm not sure I've heard it called that. So I've always heard subwassertang.
Yeah. I think Alex was the first one I ever heard say subwassertang or something like that, but I can't say it that way.
Yeah. So it's been kind of a battle with my lighting, and not necessarily like my lighting on the aquarium, but the lighting in the room, which, they always say don't put an aquarium in front of a window.
Right.
unless that you plan to use that as your light source.
Right. As your light. That's the secret right there. And it doesn't need to be like, what is it? The direct, like afternoon sun. It needs to be on whatever side, east or west or whatever.
Probably
Like
northern.
It's like a flower garden. You do better with morning sun and afternoon shade. So I'd say it's the same way with aquariums.
Yeah, I've got evening sun, and it's so harsh.
Yes. It means freshwater tank in German, Sergio says. Thank you, Sergio.
Subwater thing? But that makes no sense. It's a plant.
It looks like it looks like a moss, but it's actually like a
it looks like seaweed.
Yeah, it looks like seaweed. And I think that it's actually considered, wait, I could be totally wrong here, but I feel like I read or saw a video where it's actually a type of fern. I don't know.
I don't know.
That may be.
I can't remember. It's been so long ago when people talked about it. I can't retain everything. The first time I think I saw it, like LRB was doing a fish room tour of some guy's house, and of course his tanks were like immaculate, and he used CO2, and he had like every plant known to man, and he had this. It was a bush, like a big bush of it, and like kind of this foreground-ish side, and I was like, "What's that?" And after that, I was like, "I'm hooked. I want that."
Yeah. And I sent her some in an envelope. I like stuck it in a little bag and just sent it in the envelope. And it's pretty expensive. Like if you try to buy it, like it costs a little bit. Let's see.
I was very, very happy that you sent that to me. I was like, because I was like, I really, really want some Swasser tang. And then you said you had some and you would send it to me. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it.
It is in, okay. Its other names are Loma fern, brown pellia, and false round pellia. Does not have a genus yet. Freshwater tang, which means, it says here Subwassertang or whatever was coined from German word Subwasser, which stands for freshwater, and tang, which means seaweed.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. That's what I would definitely call it that. Freshwater seaweed.
It's not an algae, a moss, or liverwort. Rather, it is a prothelium or gametophyte of a fern. I thought I'd read that before. Crystal Kesselman was the first one that discovered it in 2000s.
That's awesome.
Anyway, it's a cool plant. And if I ever get it going again, I'll start sending it out to people again.
It definitely is nice. Yeah, I was like contemplating adding some CO2 the other day. I'm like, I wonder how hard would it be to get like a small tank of CO2 and just add it the way Ocean Aquarium adds theirs.
It looks so simple the way they do it. It really does, because he's got, he's got like a pop bottle, a plastic bottle, and he's got a piece of styrofoam in it, and I think a rock so it'll float and stand upright. And he just literally comes through with the tank and sticks the little nozzle up in it, fills it up, and then it disperses. I thought about doing it. I think it was Blake's Aquatics. I saw take a soda stream, like the ones where you make your own sodas, and use that soda stream CO2 to make a little thing. And I've got those, but I haven't got up the nerve to try it yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard good things about like making your own CO2. Like the
DIY ones.
Yeah, trying to make it yourself. Like I wouldn't suggest that because I haven't heard good things about it. It seems iffy.
Now,
I don't like to do anything that's like questionable. I want it to be like, hey, I know this works and I do it all the time, and so
I can't afford to kill everything I got.
Right. Right.
Now, Roxanne got a really neat kit from boostplants.coms, and it was basically a DIY homemade version. It's just like, it came as a kit, but it was still the same way. I think you used the yeast and different
Yeah.
things.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't think I'd want to try that.
Yeah.
No. So she did. She tried that out.
She did, and she really likes it. And she's just got like a lot of nano tanks, like a lot of 5-gallon tanks. And she put it in the tank that she had her subwasser tang in, and it like went crazy. It was everywhere. So
Yeah, I don't remember if it was just like it's hard to control doing it that way. So, I would think you'd want to maybe try to do it where it's somewhat controlled.
right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because
Lori wants to be on your list.
I will definitely do that, Lori.
She will. And it came and it arrived. It was in good condition, and she sent a lot too. My gosh.
It was what was it that I learned it from, how to ship it? Oh, Mark Shrimp Tanks. He did a video showing how he just like placed it on a wet paper towel and put it in, just a little plastic baggie, and literally just stuck it in a regular envelope. But I put it in like a little padded envelope just in case, didn't I? Was it a little? That's
Yeah,
what
I think so. Didn't I send you a video on how that one guy ships his? I
think that was Mark Shrimp Tanks that you sent me the video.
Is it Mark's? I can never remember his channel name because there's like 2 Marks.
Yeah. Oh, there's Mark's.
I get confused all the time and can't
Mark's
keep it straight.
Aquatics. There's Mark's Aquatics, and there's Mark's Shrimp Tanks. Now, Mark Shrimp Tanks, and
he is a shrimp keeper, so maybe that's the one.
Yep, that's who you sent. That's for the video. And
yeah, I was like, this guy ships the washer thing, Mary. You need to see his video.
Yeah,
how to do it.
I think he's in New Zealand. That's my original. He's the one that I
thought he was in the UK.
He's somewhere different, like New Zealand or somewhere, but he's got that UK accent.
Well, he's Scottish. Like he's got the Scottish accent. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find him. I should have it because I just watched him today. Mark Shrimp Tanks.
The Scots they're funny people. I met a few at a soccer camp, and they speak so fast, Mary. And they knew we couldn't understand them, and they were like making fun of us for that, and giving us a hard time and speaking fast on purpose. And we're like, what the heck? Plus the accent, like, what the heck are you saying? We can't understand you.
He's in Norway. That's where he's at. Norway.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Hello, Al. Welcome.
Hey, Al Wet Socks.
Late to the party.
That's there. How are you doing? So glad you're here.
I don't think Roxy announced we were going on later. I don't know if she knew or not. Probably not.
Hey, we want to invite you to come up on the Hot Mess Express and express your hot messness.
Am I being invited again?
Yes, you are.
I was invited a while ago, and I'm like, I probably wore out that invite, and they're not going to.
No, you didn't. We were talking about that earlier. I told her I was going to stream with you later, and she said we got to get her up there. I said, "Oh yes, you are definitely welcome anytime."
I get nervous around new people.
Well, Kass was my original partner as far as live streaming, because she was doing Father Fish first, because we had, who was it, Roe at first? Then
Kass, Roe.
And Kass got sick when the big C words first started coming around. So I came up to help, and then we both came up to help, and then, we just kind of fizzled out. Not us, but just everything kind of quit for a while. And now I'm helping him again on Sundays. But even he said, we want you back up there to come visit with us again, too.
Did he? I was like, I kind of saw that happening. I'm like, I think I'm going to get asked again here eventually.
Right.
Now that you're doing it again.
back then we were doing it so much though. We were like in the mornings, in the afternoons, on the weekends. It was every single day.
Yeah, I was okay with like weekday mornings, but I just knew I couldn't keep that up for
Yeah.
long term.
Well, your kids are really into, like you said, swim practice and stuff too. Y'all do a lot. Like they're professional swimmers. Your husband's like a swim coach, isn't he?
No, honestly,
Okay.
they would be doing wrestling if it was up to him.
Okay.
And I'm just like, no, I don't want them to do wrestling. But he's like a really tough guy. Like when I started dating him, like all of his friends would try to challenge him to a wrestling match, and
Yeah.
he would win every time. Like, you can't beat a wrestler. Nope. So they're tough guys. And what's Patrick's name? If I get 3 more aquariums.
Oh, I was trying to drop links, but I'm not a moderator. I was wondering why it wasn't working.
Oh, do I need to make you a mod somehow?
Okay. I was going to drop Mark shrimp tanks.
I don't know. Now I have to figure that out.
We got Lori. We got Lori
in YouTube probably.
Now, see, I wish I could learn how to do it. I've got all this new equipment to live stream and try, and I'm scared I'm going to get on there and not know what to do. Like, the live streaming is fine. I can talk to people and hang out and stuff, but it's the computer stuff that gets me.
It's really not too bad. I had to write a note to myself. So if you go back to like an old live stream, I actually had a note to self. Start the live stream in StreamYard, not YouTube.
Right.
Because I forgot how to do it. And I was trying to do it in YouTube that one day, and we had all those technical difficulties, and it was because I can't start it from YouTube. I have to start it from StreamYard.
StreamYard. You're doing a great job.
So I was like, okay, let me make a note somewhere for myself where I'll find it. I'll never do that again.
The little Post-it note stuck all around the screen.
Yeah. So
I
just deleted that. I was like, oh, I should probably delete that because that's visible to public.
Hey, did I tell you, or have you heard Lori's going to be a grandma?
Yes. The last stream we did, you announced that.
We're talking about it. That's right.
We don't stream that often, but
but we streamed since Lori found out.
Yes, we did. Well,
I thought I'd said something. Oh, thank you, Patrick. Me and Kass,
our St. Patrick's Day stream.
Yep. And I had that was when the kids were here and they would not sit still. It was, I'm so sorry. And now Calvin's like in the house with the twins because my daughter and my son-in-law are gone with my oldest step granddaughter. And so he's like, you better get on that stream and get it over with. I'm not babysitting all night. So.
Right. Don't run late. Okay.
That's right. He is.
Trying not to.
Oh, I'm glad.
Trying at a time. So here's the thing. Like, I was doing this today. I was so busy today doing so many things. And I was like, oh, what time is it? And I would look at the clock. I'm like, okay, it's good. I still have time because I have to go get the kids from school at 2:30. And I was like, oh, it's noon. It's 12:30. It's 1. It's 1:30. I'm like, I'm good. I got time.
Time sneaks up on you.
Sorry?
I said, time sneaks up on you when you like want to do something like a live stream.
Well, I didn't want to miss picking them up. So either. So I was like, I was so busy. I like updated my Facebook and, I updated my cover. I added stuff to my shop on Facebook. And then I was like, okay, I got that done in the morning. And then I'm like, what else do I want to do today? And then I decided, I'm like, I really want to put the hardscape in the 40-gallon, but I was kind of waiting on that because I'm like, I'm in file jail again.
Oh, no.
So I was like, do I have enough space on my phone to record that?
Oh, no.
So I'm like, what the hell, I'll just do it. So I got the hardscape in. I managed to record it and everything. I'm like, oh, good, yay, it worked. So I'm like, I had so much time left too. I was able to do a water change on this guy that you're looking at, clean that up, added a rock. I actually got another rock in there, Mary, so that's new. That bright one over there,
Yeah.
that one's new. I actually cut out a crypt plant to put it there.
Oh, did you? Oh no.
I did. I just haven't been happy with the taller ones.
Yeah.
The ones that are in the back, I guess because of the extra lighting, they're growing huge like the sword plants, and then they're getting the algae on them, the blackbeard algae. So I'm like, I'm gonna cut this out. I never really liked it in that spot, and I put the rock there. And I'm like, okay, I still have time. So then I went and I think I got some earrings ready. I was like, it was practice day.
I did have on my earrings from you earlier, the gold ones. And I changed them because I put on a blue shirt earlier. But I wore them all day at work, my gold ones you made. They're so cute.
Well, I got, I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but I was like, okay, I'm going to the shop today because it's swim practice day. So when I'm in town, I like to go to the shop. And I've made some cards, and I was busy making, I did this today, and I got all the earrings on the cards.
That's
and
pretty.
I got those cut out, and I was like, I need to take pictures of this for my for my people and for Facebook. So I was over here busy taking pictures, and I lost track of time, and it was like 2:38. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm late to get the kids. Oh my God. I've never missed picking them up ever.
Oh no.
Not by that much, at least. So I'm like running out to my car, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta get them. I wonder what they're doing. And of course, I'm a mom, and stuff goes through my head. Like, who abducted my kids? You know? So I'm like, I hear this like kind of cry, and I'm like, I couldn't even leave the driveway. They were already at the house, like they'd walked home, and I was like, okay, well at least they're home. But I felt so bad. I was like, I'm so sorry. I lost track of time.
Oh but yeah.
Anyway, sorry for the long story, but
it's okay.
That was me.
Oh God, Terry. I'm laughing at Terry's tropical tanks.
I saw. I was like, telling my story, Terry. But but I'm just saying, I kept looking at the clock, and I was like, I've got time, and then I got wrapped up into this, and I completely lost track of time and missed picking up my kids from school.
Oh no!
Like, I never do that. I'm usually right, like, oh, it's 2:28. Okay, I need to leave now. It's 2:28. Okay, get up and leave. You know, I'm like forcing myself to pull myself away from my work. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. It
so
does
I'm like maybe a minute behind, but not that far behind. And they were running home.
Were they?
I was like trying to get them. I thought they would wait for me, but no. Honestly, Mary, it's like a 10-minute walk. Like if you walk, it's 10 minutes. Yeah. So 5 minutes, I guess, if you're running.
That's not too bad. At least they're not far away. Hey, Everything Aquatic was here, and I wanted to shout them out because I bought. Did you ever get any? They've got the medicated food. Like she's got a triple anti-parasitic duo. Like if you've ever got any kind of parasites in fish, worms, and different things. Susan from SLC gave me her link, and she's got all kind of amazing fish foods. So I dropped her link in here for Everything Aquatic. She has a lot of specialty foods and the greatest parasitic food. Like if you've got worms or gill flukes or whatever stuff, it's a great. I give it to all my new fishes. I get it in. It's a granule and the fish eat it. It has garlic in it, but it's a great food. Like I said, it's triple anti-parasitic duo. I think it's the name of it. Good stuff.
Nice. I wish I had known about that sooner because I
Yeah.
definitely could have used that.
Oh, it's good stuff. Like I said, Susan told me about it, and the lady that runs it. I'm saying lady. I'm pretty sure it's a lady, but I could be wrong. But
Yeah.
she's great. She'll help you anytime. And she was here in our chat, so I just wanted to make sure recognize her being here.
That's great.
Awesome.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for letting us know. That's good information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them around. I think I've seen them in other chats too. So definitely probably Susan's.
Yes. Absolutely.
I told Susan I would go up with her, I think on well, she streams on Tuesday nights. And I was like, oh, it's during swim practice. So if you stream an hour later, I'll come up with you. But she liked her time.
Where I started this little job, we live on a time zone where like you go up the line and it's slow time, it's an hour behind, I guess, Central Time. And then on our side, we're Eastern Time. So I work from 10 to 11 or 10 to 7 their time, which is 11 to 8 my time. And it's kind of interfering with my nighttime live streams and watching videos. But I'm saving up money to go to the Triple Crown. So I'm very thrilled to have this job. And he already knows what I'm working for. So he's trying to give me all the hours he can to help me go. And I can't wait. I wish you'd come to it. It's in Louisville, July 27th. It's going to be, there's a lot of people going to be there, it sounds like.
Oh, really? I will be, I don't know yet because we got to get tickets, but I'll be in Maryland around that time.
Yeah. I wish I could met up with you in Maryland when I was living there. We weren't far away. That was the bad.
Yeah, it definitely would have been nice. But,
I'll just come to Florida.
yeah, you need to come to Florida.
Yeah. Hey, Cassie and I are going to run a pop-up coffee shop too out of a horse trailer. We've got all kind of plans.
Yes. You'll be the chatty one, and everybody comes to see because they love Mary, and I'll be the busy bee making the coffee.
They love you. Oh, Skull Aquatic says that's Dina runs it. Okay, thank you so much, Skull. I couldn't figure out her name. Oh, couldn't remember her name. And yeah, the Keystone Clash is coming up. That's another one that I'm hearing everybody talking about. That would be amazing too. That's in where Kenny's at, right? Or
Chattanooga? Is it Chattanooga?
Maybe the Keystone Clash.
I heard one was coming up in Chattanooga, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Oh, Tennessee? I don't know.
Yeah. I heard some people are going to Tennessee. I don't remember where everybody was going, but I've been hearing things. I don't know if they're all talking about the same thing or not.
Oh, it's in Pennsylvania.
I don't know if I'm kind of like ADD, but I'm like, it's like.
Oh, I am.
Details, like that stuff, like details like that. Like if I'm not going to it, it's like, shoot.
Yeah.
But if I want to know that information, then I'm honed in on it.
Focus then. I'm ADD and I've got now I don't know what color it is. It's gray, but I've got blonde hair. I'm senile. I'm burnt. You name it. Mom brain.
I heard you saying that in your video. I was like,
he might as well
got blonde hair.
And I repeat myself all the time. And my kids are like, Mom, you keep repeating yourself. I said, look, I'm getting old. Y'all leave me alone. At least I know I do it.
My husband tells me that. And I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, you know why? Because husbands don't listen. They don't pay attention. So we have to repeat ourselves.
And I don't know if it's like a teacher thing, but you repeat yourself over and over in many different ways, hoping that a child
will pick it up.
They all learn it different. They hear this and they'll hear it that way and they'll learn it that way and not this way. So you repeat yourself, but you say it in different ways. And I'm like, it's for learning. It's for, people who are learning that they can understand it. It's and my husband will get after me. I'm like, Okay,
That's it.
you're killing me.
Terry, husbands have selective hearing. You got that right.
But I have to tell him, I'm like, I'm not repeating myself. I'm just elaborating.
Educating. I'm educating and elaborating.
Probably if I had to listen to myself, I'd say the same thing.
Oh my gosh, that's what I do when I hear myself in videos. I'm like, oh Lord,
I'd be
I
like,
seem to listen to me.
like, girl, you talk too much. Be quiet. Let someone else talk.
That's me. Oh, I can't even say it. Aquaticon is in Knoxville this weekend.
Okay.
Skull knows what's going on.
That's the one
Right.
I think I was thinking about. And then I guess I heard about the other one, but
Yeah.
in
And
my head it's
Pennsylvania
like
is where the clash is. So Roxanne's in Pennsylvania. I wonder if she's going. Or yeah, she
are
lives
you
in
sure
Pennsylvania.
she left Pennsylvania?
Oh wait a minute, she's in Wisconsin now.
Yeah, she's not there anymore.
Okay,
Remember
she moved.
said,
Right.
remember
now
she said she would go to that didn't she have like a aquatic exercise place she would go to?
Yeah. Terry. Terry's the expert in this.
Wife's learning. What does he say?
Oh, Skipper's in PA. Okay. Oh my, yeah, because I remember Hippie John always saying Wisconsin Fish Fam, hashtag. So yeah, she's in Wisconsin. I should know, but I don't. That shows you how things go over my head. I have to write everything down, like you were saying. I've got little sticky notes everywhere, reminding me of stuff.
For sure, I do too. Like, what? Let's go and review it. But half the time I don't go back and review it. That's the problem.
Oh goodness.
So I did I've done quite a few random things to this aquarium. I guess trying to build up the bottom cleaners. I added the loaches. That was a while ago. I think they've been in there a month now. And then okay, I've got like a habit of going to my local fish store when the kids are at swim. So I've got nothing else to do for an hour.
That's
And
a good time to do it.
I've got to kill an hour. It's either I go get jewelry making supplies or I go get stuff for my aquarium. So I got I've been in the market for some crabs, some freshwater crabs. I'm like,
oh yeah, like is it vampire crabs? Like they got? I think it was a wet spot had them or somewhere.
I wanted that. I wanted that or the one that Pectec just got. He got a freshwater. Oh, is it called a powder puff one? Oh, I forget the name. Mary, I'm sorry. It's a freshwater crab.
I need to watch his video.
He just got it and tried it out, and I was like, "Oh, I want that one. That one sounds really cool." Of course, my fish store doesn't have it, so then
you got to build a crab-a-tat.
I might be able to see that one guy. So I brought home 2 fiddler crabs, but I went back and I'm like, I didn't realize they were fiddler crabs. I thought they were just golden claw crabs because that's
pom crabs.
Yes, that's it.
Skull. That's it. Thank you, Skull. Skull got it. Ding ding
that's
ding.
It. But a freshwater pom pom, not the saltwater one.
Yes.
So of course that's the one I wanted. Or my second runner up was the vampire crab. And I would not have gotten a fiddler crab, honestly. Because they're always burrowing. They dig holes. And I didn't want holes being dug in my aquarium. So I'm like, what you can't see, there's a coconut core plant, which Mary's seen it before, I'm sure. And if you guys, I have videos. If you want to go look, you're welcome to go look. But anyways, he dug a hole out into that ball and took out all the rocks that were inside of that ball.
He was busy.
Yeah, he made a little home out of that. And it's so funny because I think in a previous live stream, someone said I could just take that plant and just plant it into my substrate, which is like, Kind of good thing I didn't, because now he's got a little home in there. He's made for
Oh,
himself. So
that's pretty
funny.
cool.
This snail actually likes to go over
I
to
see
those
it's
rocks
he's
and
moving
lay
around
on
down there.
them.
I saw your mystery
Oh,
snail just go across the
there's the
bottom.
crab right in front. Let's take a look.
I see it.
I gotta make it bigger. 1 second. How do I do that?
Terry's talking about vampire crabs. Okay, I'm gonna tell my old joke that everybody's heard. If Cassie doesn't mind, but it's really stupid and bad. But it's how do you get rid of crabs? You back your
Yeah.
rear up. You back your rear end up to a mirror, and they jump off on the other rear end. To put it nicely.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's so hard to talk about crabs in this hobby. But there he is. He's on the snail. What's he doing?
He's on the snail. Oh, there he is, right there.
Right
Yes.
on top of the snail.
Oh, cool. There
But
he is.
I posted a reel of the crab, and he went back into his home. So I've got like a little short on Instagram.
Oh, that's neat.
They call them reels on Instagram, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
posted a short over there of him.
Now, how long did you say you've had him?
I think 2 weeks now. It's been
Okay.
almost 2 weeks.
Do you know what like their typical lifespan's supposed to be?
No, I didn't ask about that. But one
Yeah.
has already molted already.
That's really cool, though.
Yep. And so I put some algae wafers in, and the one made its way over to the algae wafer and found that and started eating it. But yeah, the guy said I don't have to target feed them. Like, I don't have to try to feed them at all.
Okay. So they'll kind of scavenge around, but you need to put enough food down there that they'll find it.
Well, they're supposed to eat everything else, like the fish waste, any plants.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he ate the algae wafer, which was interesting. They all like the algae wafers. Pretty much. But
That's
the mollies and the loaches and the crabs, will get it when it's on the bottom. The black skirts will get it as it's sinking. They'll try to grab it. But, yeah. So that's
Really?
pretty much that. And I just got the new plants last week. I got the hygrophila. So I've got a lot going on. Oh, and then I got the clown Pleco while I was at Poseidon Aquarium. I was like, they had a lot of Plecos there, and why not take advantage of it? I'm never here, and let's get me a Pleco that I can't get locally, really. It's local,
Yeah.
but not close.
That's a neat little Pleco.
And I wonder if he changed colors.
Oh, I don't know.
He's gotten light colored and then dark colored. So I'm like, do you guys know? Do clown Plecos change color? Because he keeps looking like a different color every time I look at him.
Now, Lori said the pom-pom crabs live about a year. Now, who knows about clown Plecos? I got Carlos, your average fish keeper, when he sent me the rice fish and the Vienna guppies, he sent me 2 little teeny tiny baby snowball Plecos with the little polka dots on them, and it was cold, and they didn't make it, and it broke his heart. They were so pretty. But he said next time he has another hatching, or what am I trying to say? Another spawn. He was going to send me some more, but it really broke my heart. They were so little, and it just got too cold. They sat somewhere too long. Now, the rice fish and guppies, they can take a little bit colder temperatures, so they did fine.
Okay.
Oh, Al says, yes, the clown Plecos will change color to match their surroundings. Thank you, Al.
So that would be something that's good to know when you get your fish and you take them home, because I'm going, why does it look so dark now? The aquarium it was in had very light, bright tan colors, so it was very tan looking. And now he hangs out near the back with the driftwood and the heater, and he looks black. When he's back there, he's very dark. So
they camouflage themselves.
Yeah, I didn't know Plecos could do that. Maybe that's why it's called the clown Pleco. But
Maybe. It's a good reason. Ooh, Mexican dwarf crayfish. That would be cool.
yes, they have those at my local. They also have like a miniature lobster. Like it's like a crayfish, but it's actually a lobster. I keep looking at him. I'm like, oh, do I want to bring him home? And then I decide maybe not. Maybe he wouldn't be good with the fish.
Well,
And then
I think
brought the crabs home.
the biggest thing is they're plant shredders. Like they're big omnivores, so they really like, if I'm saying that correctly, but they really like to make a tossed salad in the aquarium. I may be totally wrong about that, but I've heard it from a couple of people that they will, or at least the crayfish will really chop up plants, and eat them.
That's what I heard about saltwater crabs. The lady that I like to talk to them if they want to share their tank stuff, and I know like she has a brackish water tank, so I was asking her about that. And she goes to the river and collects locally.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have all kinds of hermit crabs in the river, and I'm guessing she brought some home, and she said they go after the plants, and so she can't keep them with plants. There's the Pleco.
Oh, is he out? Oh, there he is.
So I was worried about these crabs. I was like, oh, I don't know if that would be a good idea or not. If I wasn't sure how they would act with the plants, but I think they said it was fine. So give it a try. I brought them home, and they don't do anything. They're really good. Like all they do is kind of they do this. That's about it. Like a fish will swim by, and it's like it. They've been really entertaining, so I've quite enjoyed them.
I really like the loaches. I think they are a lot of fun to watch. I'm sitting here watching them just zipping around in your tank, and they're a lot of fun. I remember when you got them, and they've really turned out to be really cool little fish.
They are. They're fast. I was worried about them because they're really fast, and I don't.
Yeah.
My experience is like fast fish can kind of be stressful, to other fish, and may not always get along. And,
right.
But they've been pretty cool. So I mean, it's worked out. I think I'm happy with them.
Your black skirt tetras, though, like I was saying before, they have gotten so big and pretty. It's really neat to see them, kind of maturing and becoming the bigger fish because they get a little bigger than a lot of people think about. I had some of the white skirts that were, pretty good size, but they really look pretty. Sergio, how big can the clown plecos grow? Do they stay, I think, maybe the same size as bristlenose? I may be wrong.
Yeah, so
okay.
I think they're like the same size as those guys. And so the rubber ones, the rubber plecos,
rubber lip,
they're all, I think, 4 inches max.
And I think snowballs are like that too. They get about the same size. But now what I'd really love, if I knew how to do all the water, doing all the water chemistry, I'd love to have the zebras. Like, they are just phenomenally beautiful.
Yes, they are. Well, they had a galaxy pleco at Poseidon, and I was like, I mean, I've seen it on YouTube, and I was like, definitely much nicer in person, which I think all fish are. They're so much nicer when you have them in your aquarium, or you can go to a store and see them in person. And that, to me, is like a rare opportunity. Like, I would not normally be able to see that fish unless I went to a show, or somewhere. But it was already this big. It was already like, what is that, 8 inches? It was already pretty big. Beautiful fish, and they wanted $80 for it.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm not going to, we've said this before, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on a fish because I don't want to do it. What if it dies a week later?
The most I spent on a fish was my pair of koi bettas when we got I'll admit it, when we got the stimulus check. And one was mud skipper, and then I had the male. And when I moved here, I was so scared something would happen to them that I ended up giving away the tank with the male in it. And I kept Mud Skipper because she had trouble. And that little fish has hung in here for a year now. So, and gone through pretty much everything a betta can go through. And she's still doing well. And her eye's actually getting better from the salt bath. So I'm really excited about that.
That's good. Well, the only thing I would say is don't do too many of them.
Yeah.
So
I did them I did them 5 days. And I didn't do them quite as strong, but I did them for 5 days. And I didn't do them for, I probably took her out a little bit earlier than the full time she should have been in there. But she was so weak, I didn't know what it would be to, overstress her. But now she's up swimming around and sitting in her little aquarium co-op log and watching me again and playing with her mystery snail and just doing big things. So I'm excited.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad it helped somebody.
You did.
I don't know how much it helped my fish. Like, I couldn't tell what was going on with my betta fish's eye. I didn't know, like, if a salt bath was going to help it or not.
And it's different, too. Like, if it's true Popeye, it might be harder to treat. But I could actually see a laceration in her eye, like it's got in the filter. So, but it really got, super bulged out. So I'm sure it had like a secondary bacterial infection in it as well. But I also did the Indian almond leaves and very frequent water changes. I changed the water out about 40% every day. And then, of course, the salt baths. So far, so good.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know what happened with mine, but I did the salt bath and then waited. I think I waited 2 weeks and then did another one. And then I was like trying to see if maybe increasing them to like every other day or every 2 to 3 days would help it more. And then I didn't see any change. So I don't necessarily know that was what she needed. Yeah. And then she got bloat. So I treated her with Epsom salt for bloat.
Yeah.
And then I lost her after that. So I think maybe doing too much.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, the less intervention you can do, the better.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think, like I said, the water changes make a big difference too. I think that just keeping good, clean water without overdoing it where you wreck your balance of your tank, but, taking care of that and just maybe, like you said, not doing it as often, maybe just treating it a couple of times and then give it a couple of days to see if it works. That's what I like.
Well, I had done that, and then I did. So I just don't know if it was just the combination of doing it with, like, I was doing it every 2 to 3 days, and I did like 3 baths, and she was always kind of egg bound. So I did an Epsom salt bath because she was looking really, really.
Oh gosh.
So I did the Epsom salt bath because of that. But I think at that point it was just too late, too little, too late. And yep, I don't know. I don't know that I want a female betta fish again, honestly, because she always looked egg bound for like a year.
Oh my gosh. The first time I had my sorority and all my females like brought each other into whatever, like season, they all got huge and eggy, and I thought they were going to explode. I didn't know. I'd never seen egg bound before, and like 3 of them got like seriously egg bound. And I got up, and they were like not even swimming anymore. I thought they were going to die, and then like 3 days later, they were fine, and I learned that that's what it was. I've been on a journey of learning along the way, that's for sure. So
it is. It's a journey, and it's not a journey you always want to share.
No, but
everybody.
I sure do appreciate people that do share, people that get out there and really put out the information and share it so it helps the next person. That's what's so great about this community and YouTube. And I don't know. I don't care what it is. You can find somebody, and not even videos, but people in chats. The chatters are the most important people to me, like reading comments and going to live streams. You can ask anything, and somebody, just like this, people keep they'll pop off with the answers and help each other out. And that's amazing.
They do. They do.
Right. Patrick
But
says,
I've always found the hardest part in the hobby is, I guess, everybody's experience is so different and unique, and what works for one person may not work for another. And then
right.
I think because of that, we can have information overload and be kind of
Oh,
lost in that. And then it can seem contradictory at times, but you kind of get lost going, I don't know which way, what's the right thing to do here. But yeah, that food I think would be great to have on hand.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to have that. I had like a goby that I just got, the bumblebee gobies for my 20 gallon. And within a day or two, one got really skinny. So I'm like, that one probably could have used that medicated food, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he would have ate it or not. But to me, if they're not looking good within a day or two, then, it's probably a parasite that they came with.
They get the bellies and...
Nothing I did wrong, but just bringing it home from the shop, it just probably wasn't the healthiest in condition coming to me. So.
Yeah. And that's it. Like Patrick said, bingo. And Sergio, yep. Every tank, every experience, every fish is just like us. We're all different. And we kind of have to it takes that experience of trying and just experimenting. And sometimes that means some loss, and that's the unfortunate part, but that's also part of learning how to do everything. And you just kind of figure out, well, that didn't work, so better not try that again.
Right. Like I was saying earlier with my water changes, I've just learned from this guy did it this way, and he has a planted aquarium just like me. But when I tried his method of water changing, it didn't work for me. I got some sick fish. Every time I did it that way, one of my rasboras would get sick. And these scissor-tail rasboras are like the canaries.
Mary and
so are the mollies. It's either a molly or the rasbora. One will show signs of like ammonia burn or something.
Right, or stress. You can see it in them.
So I've lost those, and I probably need to replenish my colony. I'm down to one. I had 5, and I'm down to 1. But I learned from trial and error. I was like, okay, that's not a good way for me. It doesn't work for me. It works for him, but it probably works for him because he does that from the earliest onset of setting up his tank and doing it that way all the time. And if you don't do that from day one, it's not going to work.
That's right.
I don't do that anymore. I'm like, I can't. And so it's like, it's hard because people will say, you need to do that. You need to clean your tank. Even if you have sand, you need to do that. And so you're hearing these voices, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do that. But I've done it enough times now where I'm like, nope, that's wrong. Can't do it. Doesn't work for me.
Fish Dream says she learns from people that repeat themselves. Well,
you've been with us from like the beginning of our stream, so you've heard me repeat myself a couple times. I love it. So people come in late, and I'm like, okay, I kind of think I need to say that again. But if you're watching the replay, you're probably like, no, we heard you.
I know. I'll watch a video, and like I've done, and I say, like the last one I did, I think I said 44 shrimp like 3 times, and it was only 41. I can't remember. Just silly stuff. I can't help it. I try.
Well, I'm just gonna have to start saying, if you're late, just catch the replay. Be part of the replay
crew.
So, well, it's getting kind of late. I can tell it's late when my voice starts going.
Getting tired, and we got to get up in the morning. Are you subbing tomorrow? Are you working?
No, I'm not. I haven't seen anything in the sub pool. Not until there's a lot of people going out at the end of May. I'm like, it's right before spring or summer break. So I'm like, I want to sub. I don't know. I'm like, not a lot of jobs available right now. But you know, I think teachers are working hard. They don't. I think if they're trying not to go out if they can help it, because we've got our standardized testing is next week. So I'm sure they're working hard to get those kids ready and prepared for our FS. We call it FSA here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody else has, but we have the FSAs.
Okay.
And Florida stresses it so much. Like, I think they overemphasize it. But anyways, it's a big deal. So I think they're working hard to get those kids ready. So there hasn't really been any availabilities, which, you know, it's fine.
Right.
But once that's done, once testing's done, I've noticed some people are taking off.
They're out of there.
They want to be out of there just as much as the kids do.
Right.
But alrighty, well, we'll sign off, I guess, and say good night and thank everybody for coming.
Y'all for coming and hanging out with us. Me and Cass, we get on here and it's like we're just doing a video chat. We just talk about everything and
try to answer your questions.
Yeah. And y'all had y'all gave some great answers and great questions tonight. Just learning about just the simple little things. That's what it's all about. And just thank y'all. Really appreciate it. And thanks for the jokes and everything.
Patrick and the, you know, previous strings, we would have gone another 30 minutes. But I hate to keep Mary up. I have this guilt complex where I feel really bad because I know she's got to go.
Yeah, I just got to go get kids in bed. So we've still got I think we've got 2 more weeks of school, and it's 10:30 here. So I don't know if Pawpaw's got them in bed or not. He's probably in there watching TV, and they're sitting there eating potato chips or something, knowing my luck. So I might have to wind them down. But
yeah.
Hopefully
everything's good for you. I gotta check on my 2. I told my 2, you're on your own, go to bed.
They're probably up partying down. No. Well, I enjoyed it, Cass. I'm so glad we finally got to do this.
Yes,
and we'll do it again soon.
Yeah, I was saying, well, at the beginning, I was like, someone was asking if you know, how much have we streamed together? I'm like, well, I think it's just we can't come down to like a regular day and time. Like we do Thursdays pretty much at 9, but trying to pin a week down or do it every week, it's been hard. But it would be nice to do that if we could. But it is what it is for now. So
we'll get it together. I'll get used to working again, and then I can. Because really, and there's my daughter calling now. So I better go, y'all.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Take care and have a great rest of your night. Bye.
Right. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Hey, sorry.